All right, folks, before we get into today's episode, big announcement. The boys are doing their own golf tournament. We want you to be a part of it. We want you to be in a Bob Does Sports episode. December 2nd, Miami Beach Golf Club. Tickets are on sale September 15th at noon. Come drink, come eat, come play some golf with myself, Joey Coldcuts, Fat Perez. Going to be an absolute blast. It's called the Breezy Invitational, brought to you by Corona Premier. We'll see you over there. We'll head on over to the episode now. See you in Miami. Get your tickets on the 15th. Let's get after it.
Are we rolling? Hot mic. Giuseppe D and a hot mic could be very dangerous.
Scary.
Could be very dangerous, but we're here. We're happy to be here, ladies and gentlemen. We are in Memphis, of all places, and boys, it is a barn burner.
You could have fooled me. I thought we were in the middle of an oven.
Yeah.
This is
and there it is.
brutal.
There it is.
Feels like Sinaloa.
Which I got the joke, but I don't, and I'm sure it was a good one, Perez. I really am. We're here from Memphis, and we are doing stuff with the PGA Tour, which is pretty spectacular. The Jet, we have no Jet today. Jet is on the way over here to Memphis.
On a jet.
Yes, the Jet threatened not coming because he had a little bit of a delay to the flight, even though we always knew that the Jet was going to come. When Jet says that he's not coming, he's like, fuck it, I'm not going. This is all a mess. I'm like, he's coming.
This is the first time we called him out on it, though. Like, we called his, basically, we called the bluff, and we said, you know what, Jet, if you want to just go, you've worked really hard, just head on straight to New York, and don't worry about it. And then we get a text afterwards, I want to come.
Yes. I think, it's good to call Jet out. Jet, whether he says it or not, and I think we all kind of like to, Jet likes the theatrics. He does like to, you know what I mean? He likes to.
It's the Joaquin Phoenix.
He likes ultimatums.
Yeah, really.
Built for the theater.
Yeah. Jet enjoys he likes getting a rise out of us. I don't know if he would say that that's true. Maybe we'll talk to him when he gets off his connector flight.
He's going to love hearing this.
Yes, he is.
He's also the hardest working one in the entire group.
No question about it.
Beauty. And that's why with the Jet, we always, Jet kind of calls the Jet. I mean, he has that infamous line of, I am Bob Does Sports, and he's right. Like, there is a lot of truth to that, which we've spoken about.
It's his story.
Yeah, it's his story.
It's just where the pawns and his chessboard.
Yeah. I love when they'll say to us, you guys shut up. I'm busy making you guys famous. That's my famous.
A good line.
Yeah, I love when he goes off on us. So we do miss the Jet. The Jet is not here today. But we went around the range a little bit, went around the putting greens. Tuesday, I usually say that Wednesday at these tournaments, I feel like, are usually the best day because it's so nonchalant. I've never been here on a Tuesday. It's even, nobody gives a fuck right now.
Yeah. We were walking in before we even got in. Perez saw Max Oma.
Yes.
And it was like they had been long lost friends for the last 5 years.
Good dude.
And just started chopping it up. And normally to even get anything out of somebody like that, it's very tough because I think come tournament time, they're very dialed in, they're very focused, and they're not really paying attention to much else. But I think right now this is just like a rival day. Guys are getting set up. Guys are kind of getting their bearings, feeling the course out, and everybody's super chill.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Tuesdays are definitely more low-key. Every day that goes by, the focus gets a little bit more ramped up. I mean, some guys will come out here, play 9 holes. Some guys aren't even going to play. They're just going to putt. They're going to hit some range balls. They've probably been traveling yesterday or got in last night, so they're kind of working out the kinks. You'll get more practice rounds tomorrow. Some guys might play a full 18. You'll get more patrons out here tomorrow too. I actually don't think a lot of times Tuesdays it's just volunteers and
media.
Media and player personnel. So, and I think that's the case. I mean, I haven't seen any, anybody like us walking around to say that.
It's a total free for all. I definitely think we stick out like a sore thumb, like even us in the media tent.
That's right.
Because I guess technically we are media, but we all knew we had no business being in that media tent, and I think the whole tent knew it.
Ticket and I cracked up at a joke, and I think the whole tent turned around and looked at us like, we're trying to work here.
Yeah.
I think there's an unspoken like library vibe in there,
Right.
That we didn't get. The
I did
memo
not
on.
get that.
I didn't get the
memo
memo.
or that library card.
You usually don't, Joseph.
No.
It's a big library card. It's got an M on it.
I will say, Cutsy mentioned the Max Homa chat. That was watching. Perez and Homa have always just kind of been like boys. Ever since you walked with Bo Hostler, you walked with
boys
Homa.
is probably a stretch.
Well,
but,
boys. Yeah, I guess you could say boys.
Yeah, no, I met him at the Wells Fargo on a Tuesday, walking with him, Damon, and Bo Hostler. Walked the back nine with him on Tuesday morning. And that's when I met him. And he's a good dude. Like all three of them. That was a super laid back walk, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just good dudes, and I saw him. He saw me, and he said he'd watched the Bryson video that just came out on Bryson's channel. That I thought was really good, and he's like you're hitting the ball well right now, and I was like, you're top 10 in the FedEx Cup standings, and
I was.
like what are you telling me?
Super
But,
chill.
Yeah,
and he
he's
said
a
his
good
caddy's a super nice guy.
His caddy's awesome, man. He's good. He's a stick too. He's a lefty. And he can play. He likes to have a good time, for sure.
And then we had a conversation with Joel Damon, our guy, friend of the program. He had nowhere to be. He was just enjoying the conversation.
Yep.
When you try to you think the conversation's about to end.
Yep.
Yes.
And so you're getting ready for your closing remarks before they leave. I thought that was going to happen about 3 times during that conversation, and he had absolutely no consideration that it was going to end, which was great. I mean, I was getting ready for that moment.
I was too, but I do think that we did a good job of keeping the ball in his court for that. Like, they got whatever they got to be doing. They got to go to the range, whatever.
Sure.
We kind of left it up to him rather than us closing it down. We left it up to him. We were having a good conversation
We
with
didn't
our
have
guy
anywhere
Joel.
to be. It's not
We
like you tell him,
definitely
okay,
normally
let's wrap
don't.
this thing up, Joel. You need to go work on your short game.
Yeah. And he, what I liked is very blunt too. Right up our alley. He even said, we're going to be doing the podcast here. You should hop on. Said I usually like to have a few beers. He's like, my podcast when I have a few beers are a lot better than if I don't. It's kind of like Perez's golf game. You give him a couple extra beers.
That's right. It's a bell curve though.
Yeah.
A few too many and everything goes back downhill. So I'm sure Joel would say the same way about his podcast. You can't slur your words, so it's a sweet spot.
Yeah, he's a guy too, that we always know we're going to get something out, even like with the so-and-so heckling. But we've tried to get something going with him, and it's just missed the mark a couple times with Scottsdale, to where if we could keep doing these scrambles, I think these scrambles are so much fun.
Yeah.
And they just do so well. I mean, even what you guys did with Bryson, that stuff does so well to where we're in a spot where I think we could start getting, Bo Hostler was kind of the first one there for us that got it all going.
Well, it's great. I mean, we get to do our thing, and they get to, play good golf, but also show a side of them that they're not going to show out here because they're trying to make a living, right? I mean, they're not going to show their full personalities. That's not what they're out here to do most. They're here to make money. So we give them a kind of, all these, everybody like us and us especially. I think we definitely kind of we were the kind of guys that kind of get people's guards down, right? We're just dudes having a good time, and we're going to embarrass ourselves way more than they possibly could embarrass themselves. So it's kind of an open forum, and I think guys enjoy that. I mean, we have fun before we get on film, we have fun during the filming, and we have fun off of it. So,
Perez and I were absolutely in our element when we were with Bryson. It was hysterical because we were just doing our thing, and I think it's when we were with Bo, he was really good at adjusting it, but a lot of these guys, they don't know what to expect. So when I made an eagle putt and I started screaming like the eagle, he just kind of looked over, and Perez and I are there, and he's just like, what in God's holy name?
You want to give us an eagle?
No, because it's not the right time or place to do that, but
do it.
No.
Dude, give me the
It's gonna come up with
Give it
these
to us.
audio.
Give me the old eagle.
Give me the old
That's a mild. That's a baby.
And the soundboard's
mild
broken.
baby eagle, but I think things like that is just
hungry offspring.
I'm being honest though, when we do stuff like that,
you kept it subtle.
I try to, but I think when we go out, we just have so much fun, and I don't care. I really don't care what people think about me when I'm on the course. I would act the same that I would with you and Perez, even if I'm with a top 10 player. You know, maybe Tiger, I would not do that. But aside from that, like it's just me being me and us being us, and we have fun. And I think people like it's infectious and it makes it fun, and it shows a different side of them altogether. Which, you know, hopefully we can keep locking down some guys to bring on the show. I think we'll kind of create a whole different element and make it that much more enjoyable, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I would absolutely shotgun a beer in front of Tiger Woods.
Would
I
you
think we
offer
would do
to
one right
have
now.
him join?
Oh, of course I would. That's a polite thing to do. I wouldn't expect him to do it, but I would offer him a shotgun. If he didn't take it, I would take both of them.
Yeah, you know, too, even rather than having like the guys who might be like a more well-known player, we would always prefer the guys who have seen our stuff, because I think they know this kind of how it flows. I think Bo Hosser is a perfect example. To where the reason we love Bo is like he came on and it was full, like he knew what to expect.
He brought
knew
donuts.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
He brought a dozen
You're right.
Talk about
donuts
a way
to
to
the
cold
golf
cuts
course.
heart right there.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and he offered me one right out of the gate. I mean, that's the best way to do it. And I actually think Keegan would be great too. I
Keegan,
really
of course
do.
he would.
I think that Keegan would be great. But like these guys, they like us, so they know what to expect. I mean,
And we
it's-
ran into guys today off 18 that, you know, I knew, and you guys, you know, recognized them, but we've never been in contact with them. We didn't know
Yeah.
anything about them. They're like, you know, hey, Pat and Kazai or JT posting, like, we really love watching your stuff. And we're like, holy shit, like, I didn't even know these.
Kazai
There's guys out here watching this stuff that we don't even have any idea.
Kazire gave me the deuces from the green, and there was a real pretty gal behind me to where I thought it was his wife or something. I
Yeah.
thought he was deucing her, and
Nope.
he was deucing right at me, and then I
And
turned
we were
around, she
just-
wasn't there.
Yeah, the old, like,
Yeah, it was. And you
it
would
actually
think
was you that time, which is
Yeah,
great.
you would think there was 100,000 people in the crowd. You know, it was.
There
just
was nobody
us.
behind
There was
you.
nobody there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a big one that we got today. I don't know if Perez was there. Me and Giuseppe were there. That was it. Sammy Burns.
Yeah, I was there.
A lot of love. Yeah, a lot of love from Sammy
LSU
Burns.
Tiger, go Tigers.
Yeah,
He
we
made
did.
me a lot of money on his
Allegedly.
playoff against Scheffler.
He also lost
with
me and Jet a lot of money
Yeah,
that day,
boy.
which was not a good day for me and Jet.
No, but he seems like a really down to earth guy. Super just cool and just does his thing,
Dude.
stays in his lane. He was holding his TrackMan the whole time.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
it was
got
hysterical.
Yeah, I got a video with him where I called him out on that. He would not let that. He wouldn't let that
No.
thing leave its hip. You would
You know
think
how much
that he.
those things are, right? I bet you guys
2,000
don't.
bucks?
2,000. What's your guess on it?
I'll go higher. I'll say 3,000.
3,000. They're $25,000.
No wonder
That's
it's on its
ridiculous.
yeah.
So that's why they don't put those things
Holy.
down.
You know the thing with those TrackMans? I mean, somebody like for you, it works great because you know those launch angles and all the. I just want to know, did it go straight? Wow, little bump to sports love.
Yeah,
Look at this.
Sure we did.
Holy
The
shit.
Caesar salad.
Oh,
Yeah,
a little
We
Caesar.
will be having a Caesar salad, no doubt about it. You got it. We love the love here.
We do love the love.
Well, take it easy there.
Perez, relax.
Take it easy now.
the love?
Tone it down.
We were talking about Sam Burns,
But that
guys.
got personal.
No, it
That-
didn't.
That was. He got into that.
I think it's a little heat stroke coming on for our boy.
Like LSU. I don't see what the issue is here.
By the way, can I make a request? Like wherever we go
Sure.
next, can we go somewhere where it's a cold climate?
It's August.
I know, but can we go to like Anchorage or something like?
Anchorage?
Well, it's got to be cool in Anchorage, Alaska, no?
We can go to like Saskatchewan?
Bob does bobsleds.
Yeah, we gotta.
I just cannot handle the humidity. I told you this, Bob, when we were in Florida, and now here it's so humid. Like I feel like somebody took a water bottle, doused it on me, and said, "All right, give me a pat on the butt," and said, "Go do your thing." And it's just
Yeah.
like it's
Makes you stronger.
Well, yeah, it makes me stronger, but I'm playing behind the 8 ball here, Perez.
Yeah, it's a burn. You know what was terrific? When we were at the U.S. Open in Boston, there was a day. It was the first day where there was a nice, cool
Oh, it was
breeze,
wonderful.
and the boys
Gorgeous.
were just.
I've never wanted
strutting
autumn
up and down.
more.
Yeah, I mean it's time. It's we didn't expect it. It's a burner out.
Do you
here.
call it fall or autumn?
Fall.
You call it fall? Okay. All right.
I just wanted to sound
Yeah, no, I
sophisticated.
liked it. I didn't know if that was like a Canadian thing.
For the pod, I wanted to
Because
sound
if you call,
good.
I mean, autumn it's like supper, like dinner. Like people call dinner
yeah.
supper.
I could see Joe being Joe
Yeah.
being a supper guy just to do that.
Yeah.
Like I could so see.
I got
Cutsy
some
making
family down in Tidewater, Virginia, that says supper,
Yeah,
and it's
but that's
always
Virginia. That could be a real. That could be a real.
It's
thing.
the
a real
old supper club.
Give me the old
Dude, anybody?
supper.
I saw a couple fans at the airport, and they were asking about Perez. They're like, "So where's he live?" And I was like, "Virginia." And they're like, "Virginia." Like it's just kind of the last place
I
that you
really
would
want to
expect.
see him in his home base.
Bob
Like,
has.
Yeah, dude,
You have?
it's pretty tremendous.
Bob stayed at my
Like
house.
we got to
one
go to
night.
the Mountain House or something and like play at his club. I would love to see him in his own club. He
You've
must
been
be
to my
like
club.
the
Dude,
mayor.
the club might be the most ridiculous thing.
The club.
What's the club called?
Dude,
It's called Keswick Hall, and it's
Keswick Hall?
Keswick Hall. I have no
Joe,
business being in
He
there.
has absolutely no business being at this club. I told him it from the parking lot, and he's like, "Yep, I know." It is unbelievable.
What do you mean he has no business? Like,
Bro, it's one
his
of the
country
nice.
club.
Honest to God, it's one
Is
of
there a
the
restaurant there?
nicest country clubs.
Jean George.
John
restaurant.
There's a Jean
There's a Jean
George
George. Yeah.
in your country club?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Paris and
I
my
meant to
club.
tell you that. I swear.
What?
Yeah, dude. It's
There's
John
Marigolds by Jean George.
John George.
Jean George. Jean George.
Jean George.
Jean George.
Do you eat there?
No.
No.
Menu.
I drink at the bar.
But
Yeah.
don't you get credit for your dining that you have to use?
Well, there's a club grill too.
Oh, dude,
There's another
we
restaurant.
we got hammered
George
at
is
his.
high
Dude,
end.
this club is insane. But the funniest thing
We
about
could film there, by the way.
Perez's
I also heard
house,
Kinlock's very nice.
Yep. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right down the
that's where we
street.
went.
That's where we played there. Yeah, yeah.
But
It's
if you
nice.
go to Perez's house, he has his wife had no choice of any artwork being hung up. It looks like St. Andrews at the clubhouse. You go, everything is a golf portrait. Am I wrong about
It's
that,
like-
Perez?
yeah,
I'm
it's-
not exaggerating.
It's
One
a point
second-
of contention, yeah, because I have a lot of golf prints, and she doesn't have that much art, or she doesn't have that much stuff for the wall. So I'm like, well, look, like we're not going to have bare walls. We'll put my stuff up as you get things. We can talk about taking things down and putting your stuff up. But
Yeah,
today,
I just got a
it
real
just
issue
hasn't-
with this Sammy Burns guy. It just
Yeah,
the
where's that-
bottom line is I can't stand the guy. I just cannot stand him.
I bet, Perez, when you're walking down the dining room, you're turning Amen Corner, and then when you go
Yeah.
to the kitchen, you have Pebble Beach.
Yeah.
You have the 16th hole at Pebble Beach.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about Perez, and we've never talked about this, is his ringtone is the most hysterical thing I've
what do y'all
ever.
call him?
Yeah. Can you
Ticket
call?
call.
can you
Or I
call
have a
Perez?
phone. I'll phone.
And we
It
didn't
is
know
the
this till
most.
we were in Arizona.
We had it plugged into
It
the
is the
car.
most on-brand thing I have ever
It's
seen in my
hysterical.
entire life. Well, now I gotta
Man
call
is
Perez. Hold
out of
on.
a sitcom.
I gotta call Perez.
Give Perez
Hold
the
on.
call.
Let's-
And mind you, we were just out. I think we were sitting in a Taco Bell when he got
Yeah.
this call.
That's the quietest ringtone
Hello,
I've ever heard.
friends.
Can you
He's
figure-
definitely
I
turned
think
it
it-
down.
It's Augusta.
Yeah, it's you gotta
Anyways,
be quiet
it's,
out of
yeah,
Gus.
it's, it's I mean, we heard it, and Bob, how much did we just
It was
started
the funniest.
dying of laughter? This
Yeah.
guy, everything he does exudes golf.
Yeah, dude.
Like every single.
It's my number one. My
You know-
wife is a close second. She knows that. She knows that. So,
You know what was mind blowing to me too, and it's gonna sound like shot at you. It's really not because it's such a rare thing.
I'll be the judge of that.
Is Perez only at his house? You know, the only water that they drink if you go into the refrigerator, it's all Fiji.
You
Oh, that's a good
He's
water.
a Fiji. It's a great
I love
water,
Fiji.
but like I didn't think Perez would be.
There's
Just,
some things you just don't cut corners on. It's
Yeah.
toilet paper. It's water.
Are you a
I mean, this-
two-ply kind of guy?
Oh, dude, yeah. It's quilted northern. That's all we do. It's quilted northern and
Quilted
Fiji water.
northern?
Yeah, I mean, look.
Quilted
You come stay at my house, you're gonna be treated well.
dude.
You know, your home is your sanctuary.
yeah,
It's not, you know,
We
I'm
have
not.
got to get to this mountain house, dude, for some
Oh, the
content.
Mountain
Yeah.
House. You know, there's a certain there's certain guys that we've had like on the show where like we're so used to seeing their Zoom background and like, you know, there's just such like a legend like built up. And like Jersey Jerry was one. When I went to stay at Jersey Jerry's house, like you get into the house and it's very like iconic. Like when I walked into Perez's house and like drove up where we see his ring cam footage of like.
Oh,
him
you
coming-
walked up?
Dude, like even walking up where we're used to getting that footage, like it's kind of iconic. Like I prefer that
It's
over
like walking
a lot-
out in like Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, dude. There was a lot of.
I
was
think
like, yo,
that's
this is
people's
sick.
favorite.
Oh,
People tell
God.
me the favorite Perez
Oh,
content
God.
is the hangover wake ups and then the ring cam when he has to return home after a golf trip.
Yes.
That is a tough walk. It really is.
But God
It's-
bless
it's the
Perez, he
longest
always sends
15
it to
steps.
us.
Yeah, he
like he's
does.
got to know that we're gonna throw it up on the
Yeah.
gram, and he always just continuously sends
Content
it.
first, baby.
You know what I would love to do? If the Jet can roll some of those, like whenever Perez is coming off these bender of trips, he's always driving back like 8 hours.
It's
so it makes it
crazy.
the best one he got back. I think it was maybe Buffalo, and like it's like hailing out, it's snowing, and he's got
Yeah.
a pizza, and like
Boston was a bad one too. Didn't you drive like 10 hours?
Did you
Yeah, it's
drive back from
I
Boston?
drove from
Boston,
Boston,
to,
yeah.
to Virginia.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was pretty
dude,
brutal.
To
what are we-
Richmond.
What are we?
I went through every major city on the East Coast.
Yeah, and then when he takes a flight, he'll be like, I'll be like, Perez, where are you? Like, we're going to like Florida. He's like, yeah, I'm in Seattle right now. I'm like, what? He's like, got the connector through Seattle. Your guess is better than mine.
The best ever was he had to take multiple flights, and he actually had to fly 13 minutes from Richmond to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
The amount of time that he had to post up to get on that flight to be on it for 13 minutes was probably 5 times the length of the actual flight.
Or when we went to Reno, when we went to
ridiculous.
Reno, I had to fly Richmond to Charlotte, Charlotte to Phoenix, Phoenix to Sacramento, and then I had to drive 2.5
Rented a
hours
car,
to
he
Reno.
drove 2.5 hours.
That was a brutal day, man.
Really, I tell you what, it's such a shit
Yeah.
show. But
Xander?
by the way, we want to give a big shout out, and that's why I love Xander Schauffele so much. Is the guy's just all class, top of the line type of guy. Give him hell this week, Xander. What a little bit of a slur on the
Yeah, that was-
slander.
Who's slander?
I slandered slander. Yeah.
For those of you
no L in
not
there.
knowing
There's no
what's
L in
happening,
there.
we have all these golfers walking by.
Cut that.
I say let it rip. Yeah, what world are we living in? I mean,
I don't know.
They just keep rolling.
They're like this. They're like the side parts, and we're the main attraction here. Somehow.
Yeah, it almost
I don't
feels
know
that
Yeah,
way.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm sure they agree. Yeah, for sure. Just an absolute zoo.
I want to know how we get a hold of one of these golf carts with no tops.
I wanted to do
It's
the
a
podcast.
dream.
Yeah,
It's a dream, dude.
I wanted
The convertible
to do it on-
top?
it'd
Oh
be
yeah, the
sick.
drop top.
Yeah.
It is. There's some clubs that you can play where you can get the drop tops, so your golf bags are on the back.
I did that at Torrey.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It really. It's just it hits. It hits different.
Yeah, I would have loved to even do like the podcast on one of those things. I think would have ended up
Like a traveling pod.
Yeah.
We need a really long extension
Yeah.
cord ticket.
Yo, by the
really
way,
He's
long
already got his
extension
work cut out
You know,
from the poor guy.
I do want to give a big shout out to the fans out there. We reached number 2 on the podcast charts for
Give 'em
sports.
two.
Utah.
Get it to.
Give me the
Give
two.
him
People are probably looking at us like, what the hell are these guys doing?
Yeah, and they're I don't know either.
But
so.
we did. We reached number 2 on the podcast charts, which is something that we have been at for a long, long time, and we really, really appreciate you folks for it. And if you can, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Let's keep the ball rolling on that.
We should
It's
almost.
kind of a ridiculous thing to say, Bob.
What's
We've
that?
been shooting for number 2 for a long time.
Wow.
Most people go
There's
after
the
number
big dog
1.
right there. How we doing, man? Good to see you. Where's Big Wave Dave? This guy.
boy.
I mean, it's
This guy.
unbelievable. It really is. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I've heard that
Probably
about
in
Big Wave.
Newport.
Yeah.
Just doesn't work. He hasn't found the dock in Newport yet.
By the way,
he'll be in
we
tomorrow.
should probably do something where, like, some incentive. If we could get to number 1, like me and Perez will do something. If we can get to number 1,
What am I gonna? What do you?
I
Want?
don't know. I'm.
Guess I'm in the clear.
Yeah, what about Bob?
I mean,
Jesus.
but we could do something as a
Like a
team,
pizza party?
Yeah.
No, like we'll do some kind of like challenge or something, like somebody, like if they could get us to number 1, like, so like for people to be like, oh, I got to see these guys do this.
Oh, I wanted to see us on that.
You see what I mean? Like, then they're gonna go tune in.
I'll do.
I'll drink a gallon of
I'll
milk
do.
in 5 minutes.
I'll do 20 push-ups.
Whoa!
Okay. All right.
If we get to number 1, you'll do. What about me? What am I gonna
maybe
do?
we even have to do like a certain challenge.
That's
like
what I'm
a,
saying. Yeah, I think we should do something.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool to see it roll.
That's a little video idea.
What's that?
Push-up challenge. You have to do after every hole. You have to do the amount of push-ups of your stroke, and you have to finish out.
I think that.
that bad? That's
yeah,
bad.
I don't think it's good. If I'm being
Back to the
honest,
drawing board.
Yeah, back to the drawing. I appreciate that though, but no, I think it's terrible.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
well.
I just don't think people are gonna that's something too with like the edible challenge, which is something everybody wants to see us. I think it's a great idea, but you can't physically like see us.
Yeah, you have to take our word for it.
Right.
I
that
want
we're
to do the
getting
milk
spacey.
challenge.
Yeah, I mean the milk challenge would
The
be
milk challenge is gonna be brutal.
very funny.
How much milk? How much milk?
A
are we
gallon.
talking? That whole gallon by the end of 9. Ugh.
It would be bad, but it would be
it'd be
funny.
tough.
It would be,
Yeah.
and you know, I love the challenges. The Hot Ones challenge we just did. I think did very, very well
Crushed.
for us. It was a great video, and people want to see more things. So if you have ideas, hit us up. Let us know what you want to see, because we're willing to do these things, and we're really the only ones out here doing it. It's
true.
So if there's something that we could take on,
You don't need to comment at how bad the push-up challenge was. That's noted.
You can.
Don't worry
look,
about
comments are comments. If you want to, dog Perez
Yeah,
a
good
little
point.
bit for that, no. But yeah, even your buddy said it, which is true, is we had to get back into doing those challenges because, by the way, I just want to keep the podcast going because there's so many guys coming through.
Yeah, I see
More
what you're
Cow
doing.
just
I see
came
what
by
you're
there.
doing, yeah.
But no,
Was
your
that
buddy,
More Cow?
he came by
Oh, it
before. I was
was.
going to say something, but I didn't have anything. By the way, Sanders caddy, I was talking to Big Wave Dave.
he's a
and
nice guy.
very nice guy. The whole
Yep.
team is a nice. They're good people. Xander's a great guy, but he was in like another top 10 finish. And I texted Big Wave Dave, and I was like, "Yo, how much money you think Xander's even caddy is making?" And Big Wave was like, "Oh, he's printing money." Because
Yeah.
if you think about it,
10%.
Xander he's in the top 10. It seems like every single tournament he's up there.
Will Zalatoris has been in a lot of top.
Yeah, it's not a bad
too.
That's not a bad loop
that's-
either.
Yeah, that's another caddy that's making just bang.
Yeah, 10% is usually the norm.
Yeah, and then you
So-
would think some of them even.
What does
just go
Bones
above that.
charge? Does he charge more than 10%?
I don't know, man. I mean, look, it's you make your money by the bag, the player that you play for, right? So everybody's getting 10%. The way you make more money is you go caddy for a better player. And that's really how it works. Some guys might work it out to where they're getting a minimum of whatever each week. Everybody's got their own deal, but historically it's been 10%.
Yeah. Dude, you get a guy.
If anybody's
like
looking
that,
for a loop, I can do at least half the tournament.
that's more.
Perez, you could walk 18 carrying the bag, no problem.
I used to double back in my heyday.
Whoa. You think you could double bag
I
right
said
now?
I used to in my heyday. No, I do not think I could do it
I'm
now.
asking honestly, do you think you'd get winded by the 12th hole?
Well, I'd certainly get winded. But no, I think I could do it. It depends on the course. I mean, this wouldn't be so bad. It's pretty flat here, but your boy would struggle through some of those hills on Pebble.
Yo,
How about Augusta?
Augusta would be very difficult. Very difficult.
you just from a marketing standpoint, if you're a golfer and you a lot of these golfers just kind of do their own reads, and you just want to get your name out there, if you put Fat Perez on your bag,
Oh,
the
yeah.
I'm not gonna hurt
entertainment
you.
Value, you know what I mean?
I'll do the research.
a lot of
I'll,
eyes on
I'll
it.
walk the course, practice round, I'll get some yardages. with the
Even
gun,
somebody in
some
the Corn
trees.
Ferry Tour should be reaching out to Perez. to
Yeah.
have
Oh,
him
dude, I
loop.
would do that in a
Look,
heartbeat. If
I'd
you
do
could
it.
make your own reads.
I know my way
It would
around
be
the yardage.
hysterical watching him on TV too. Could you imagine?
Oh God, I think it would be incredible.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's not easy. I just had to caddy myself, and
Yeah, I
it's
know.
not.
I mean, bro, you're not gonna tell me. Well, maybe, but I would think so. Maybe Josh
and I
Allen
was in
gotta.
a very relaxed environment at ACC tournament in Tahoe, but you still have to rake. There's one point where Josh went in the bunker, and I had to rake the bunker. But then he needed his putter, so I had to get in the putter, and I didn't know what way to strategize to do it first,
Yeah.
because I didn't want to leave the bunker unsanded, but I didn't want Josh to not have his putter at the same.
Yeah.
I was at a loss,
You
dude.
hold-
and there were so many
yeah.
people around,
Correct.
and I was holding beers for him too. It was
Oh,
really,
I see.
I was discombobulated.
You
Bob.
gotta have the rake and the putter. Assume when he comes out of the bunker, you switch
dude,
the
it's
putter for the sand wedge,
and this
then
was
you go rake.
this was a chill environment,
Dude,
I was freaking out.
Cutsy FaceTimed me when they were in before the tournament really started.
Yeah.
So when he was out
Practice
caddying for
round.
Josh Allen, it was the practice round, so it was really chill. But Cutsy FaceTimed me, and Josh is going to do a putt, and Josh hits a putt, and it's close to the hole. But I say in the FaceTime as Allen's getting ready to knock in to finish it, I was like, Cutsy, they don't just give him that. And Cutsy goes, no. He's like, but Josh makes all of these. And then Josh
Josh looked
turns
back.
around
He was
and
not
like,
thrilled.
And then
He
Cutsy
made
looks
it
to
though.
me.
He made it.
He did.
You got to instill your guy full of
It looped
confidence.
it came around the side.
It was
though.
scary. Yeah, it was a little bit
And then
scary.
Cutsy looked back to the camera and he gave me the whoops. The whoops. Yeah, dude, tremendous. What a game, man. What an unbelievable game to get to do this shit.
Yeah.
But boys, I think that just about does it here, unless Roy
Yeah.
or somebody wants to walk on through. But overall, I think that does it. To everybody supporting the program, comment, subscribe. We love you guys for that. There is no such thing as, man. I mean, Sammy, it's tough around here, man. It really is. I tell you, I am the biggest Sam Burns fan now of all time. That
You know
guy.
he's 3 on the FedEx Cup money list for the year.
Yeah.
He would surprise. Like, that's the guy that would surprise people most. If you're like, give us your top 10 of who you think has like done the best this year. You would get the Rorys, you'd get the like Schefflers, right?
Yeah.
He's had a big year. You'd probably get like Morikawa or whoever it would be. Like Sam Burns is third.
Even Homa's done.
That's
pretty
amazing.
good.
Yeah, Homa's done good, but like I think a lot of people, which is unfortunate, but that's his game, man. He's
Bro,
just
quiet,
solid,
silent
so solid,
assassin.
Let me
So
tell you,
solid.
I don't know if he gives a shit or not, but for Team Bob Does Sports, he's
Oh.
in. He's in.
Oh wow.
He's totally in.
We're
He
a
was-
pro Sam Burns podcast.
Yes. Yeah, that would really, really special stuff. The
I need a
boys-
Gatorade, dude. It is hot.
Yeah, let's go get a couple Gatorades. We're going to be coming to you all weekend long, and we'll just keep the ball rolling. Special stuff, fellas. That is another edition. Bob Does Sports, Joey Cold Cuts, Fat Perez, Bobby Fairways. We will see you next time. Bob Does Sports. Clap it up, clap it up,
Clap it up,
check it.
clap it up,
Clap it up,
clap it up,
Good job,
clap it
boys.
up, clap
Good
it
job,
up,
boys.
clap it
There
up,
it is,
clap it
there
up.
it is.